Dance with me all night long, and I know that you're mine, and I know that you're mine, and I know that you're mine. You just shine, and I know that you're mine.
I don't know about you, but I think that sounded pretty good.
Pretty good? Try perfect. Jack and Lucy's sample tracks are fantastic.
It's amazing. We've only been jamming for a couple of weeks now, but we've already found a really great groove. I think it's time to take this collaboration to the next level. How about we organize ourselves a gig? What do you think?
You mean playing to an audience?
You've done gigs before, right?
Sure, here and there. But I don't think we're ready.
I thought you said our songs were perfect.
I did, but I meant they still need a lot more work before anyone else should hear them.
Come on, they're in great shape. But we need to road test them in front of an audience now. It's a great reality check on how well they stand up.
But where are we going to get a gig around here?
Luckily, I've done my homework on this one. I know just the place.
Sorry, the answer's no.
Mr. Russo, we came to you because you support live music, and we want to support you. If we don't bring in, say, twice the number of people you regularly get, we'll go away and never bother you again.
Unfortunately, your proposition is impossible.
If it's our music you're worried about, we can play some demo tracks. We're sure you'll love them.
No, your music isn't important.
Sorry? I thought that's what would interest you most of all.
Normally, yes, but as of this weekend, I'll not need any more musicians. This cafe is being closed down.
Close down?
Why?
Obviously, you haven't heard about me and Georg?
Georg? Who's Georg?
Hello, Georg.
Come to make more trouble, have you?
No, I've come so you can tell these young musicians why they can't perform in this town anymore.
That's nothing to do with me.
It's got everything to do with you, so please tell them. Why you're getting the village council to shut down my cafe?
All right. It's very simple. Because he tried to shut me down first.
That's rubbish. This accusation is completely false.
Let's see what the council says. And now, could you move, please? You're standing where I want to sweep.
This is incredible. Suddenly we're smack in the middle of a small-town feud. What is going on here? Excuse me, can I ask what it is exactly that you think Mr. Russo has done?
I don't think I know. For many years, my cafe has been famous for its fish stew.
Have you heard about his fish stew?
Never.
And Ralph has always been jealous about its success. And then, when I introduced extra herrings on the side, he finally snapped.
He did?
Yeah. He tried to destroy my reputation. 2 weeks ago, with a half-light of dawn hiding his cowardly face, the despicable thug committed an atrocious act of vandalism. Without any sense of shame, he dumped empty tins of cat food right outside my cafe. And naturally, when people saw the tins, they assumed that the cat food was used to make my fish stew. But you can imagine their reactions.
What an awful thing to do.
Yes, overnight my entire business was facing ruin.
So, someone actually saw that it was Ralph who dumped the tins?
Of course not. He's far too much of a sneak thief to allow himself to be recognized. Oh, good afternoon, Gertrude. Why don't you stop by my cafe? I have some excellent gluten-free muffins today.
Why would she be interested in what you have to offer, you cold fish?
What would you know, you disgusting saboteur? He always envied me and my cafe. But this time, he got more than he bargained for. A lot more.
Oh, well, so much for our gig in a nice little village cafe.
Hey, Mia.
Ben, what brings you here?
Waiting for you. I thought I should probably thank you for freeing me from the railings the other day, so I got you this.
Honestly, you really don't have to.
Well, I thought that firemen, even volunteer firemen, might keep mementos from the rescues they pull off. It's the staircase railing. Well, similar to it. I thought that every time you look at that, you'll be like, I saved Ben's life. Yay.
I hardly think your life was in danger.
Well, true, but you did save me from developing a very long neck.
Thanks, Ben. I'll treasure it always.
You gave me a piece of stair rail?
Just a small bit. I thought it'd be funny. It's definitely funny.
I think it's sweet. Every girl loves presents. Prince Carl Christoph once gave me a 17th century jewelry box.
Some say with precious antiques, Others say it was scrap metal.
Okay, I think we can all agree it wasn't the best present I've ever given.
Actually, speaking of presents, you know how I was telling you about the feud between the two cafe owners? So, there's a town council meeting tomorrow to debate Georg's petition to get Ralph's cafe shut down. If it passes, then the only place that supports live music around here goes forever.
It's a pity, I agree, but what can I do about it?
I suggested to Sam that maybe you could speak up on Ralph's behalf.
Me? Why would the council listen to me?
The Baron still has a lot of influence in Hasendorf. Daddy could always charm the councillors.
I don't know. I think today proved my charm skills are pretty rusty. Besides, it's just the word of one guy against the other, isn't it?
That's a good point. You really need proof of Ralph's innocence. Then Georg would have to back down.
Well, how would I do that? I don't even know where to start.
Whoever did it must have bought a lot of cat food recently. Maybe one of the shopkeepers might remember someone.
Maybe. Okay, if you guys can help Ben prepare for the meeting tomorrow, Jules and I will check out the shops.
Sorry, man. No idea. You see, I saw lots of cat food to lots of people here.
The tins were all the same. Cheap brands. Köstlich fish. Do you sell it?
I would have to check.
You do sell it. I can see it on the shelves.
We're looking for someone who buys a lot of it. Or at least they did just before the dumping 2 weeks ago.
Or maybe I do know someone. But if you tell anyone that I told you, I would deny everything.
We won't breathe a word.
We've never even spoken to you.
Her name is Swetley. The crazy cat lady, I call her. She's a little loose up here.
Right. Do you know where she lives?
Pity you didn't know which house exactly.
Oh, come on, Jules. Good detectives don't let pesky little obstacles like that get in their way. Well, just ask someone. Like her. Excuse me. Oh, hi. I think we saw you yesterday outside Georg's cafe.
Oh, yes? When all the shouting was happening.
Right. We're looking into that issue that they're having.
You mean the case of the cat feud?
That's a good name for it.
So you've heard about it?
The whole town's heard about it. I wasn't surprised. Georg and Ralph, they have been fighting since high school.
You know them pretty well then, huh?
Not really. I was in the year below them. So good luck with your investigations.
Would you know a woman who lives on the street called Swetley?
You think Swetley did it?
Well, we don't know. We just want to talk to her.
Good. You can tell her it's not right to keep so many animals in her house.
And which house is that exactly?
Just follow the stand of cat food.
I don't know if all these notes are really necessary.
If you're going to win those councillors around to Ralph's cause, they're completely necessary.
Baron. Hi, your sister called and she told me you'd speak up on my behalf, and I just wanted to tell you how much that means to me, really.
No worries, Ralph. Look, any friend of Sam's is a friend of mine.
Okay.
So which one's Georg?
Oh, that one over there, standing with his niece.
Mia?
Really does stink of cat food here.
Shh, she might hear.
I heard that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did.
We're terribly sorry to trouble you. We were just hoping that you'd be able to help us with some information.
About what?
It's kind of complicated. Would you mind if we come in? I read once that good detectives always start by saying nice things to their suspects. It makes them feel relaxed and happy to talk. Jules and I are both animal lovers. Aren't we, Jules?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In fact, cats are kind of the reason we wanted to speak to you today.
Have you heard about the attack on Georg's cafe?
Yes, and he had it coming.
Really?
Calls himself an animal lover. But he only allows dogs in his cafe, Not a single cat.
So, you don't like Georg then?
I know what you are thinking. But you can save your brains. The police already bothered me about those cat food tins, but I didn't put them there.
And when Ralph Russo tossed that disgusting garbage on my doorstep, he did not just ruin me, no. He ruined the good name of our whole town. And for that reason, he should be closed down for good.
Thank you, Mr. Happel. We have now heard both cafe owners, so if there is no one else...
Oh, I'd like to say something, if that's okay.
Oh, Baron Benjamin, your words are most welcome, of course.
Hi, everyone. Acting Baron Benjamin Hazelton here. A lot has been said today, but I think we can all agree that Georg is a fine, upstanding member of the community. And his fish stew, wow. I mean, I've never tasted it personally, but apparently it's delicious. Some say the best in the state.
Ben, you're meant to be defending Ralph, not Georg.
But the fact is, Ralph has been a proud supporter of music in this town for many years. And besides, no one actually saw him dump those tins of fish food. I mean, cat food. Of course, he might have. Yep. And then again, he mightn't have.
So, what is it exactly that you're saying, Baron? Are you in support of Mr. Russo?
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we got that clear then.
But I also support Mr. Happel. And in conclusion, Ralph is great. And Georg is great too. I think that really says it all.
Thank you, Baron. We'll do our best to take your point into account, if you can work out what it was.
So much for getting a favor from my brother. How could he do this to me?
Based on the evidence we have and the testimonies we have heard here today, the council has reached its decision.
Why?
So now you know. Thanks to Ben's perfectly useless speech and my perfectly useless detective skills, Ralph's been forced to close.
Ah, Gertrude, will you join me for a last lentil soup? They're closing down my cafe.
Maybe that will teach you to rely on your cooking in the future, rather than vandalism.
Ah, Gertrude, the years have made you crueler.
I still have a long way to go to match my former schoolmates.
So, you and Gertrude did know each other at school?
Well, not really. But I did tease her a lot. She was much heavier back then. It's awful, but we used to call her Jumbo.
Sounds more like bullying than teasing.
Sadly, you're right. How do you know Gertrude?
We talked to her yesterday. She told us you and Georg had been enemies since school.
Enemies? No, we used to be best friends.
Really?
What happened?
It's not worth talking about. Anyway, good luck finding a place to play.
Can't see us having any luck with that now.
Oh, well, maybe we should stick to what we're good at. When's our next songwriting session?
How about tomorrow? And maybe we can talk about a plan B for getting a gig.
You're nothing if not persistent, Sam Hazelton.
I just want to say, Lily, Marcus, it wasn't the fault of your notes.
We know it wasn't. You couldn't possibly blame the notes.
I blame the girl you were trying to impress.
Hey, Mia had nothing to do with this.
It looked to us like she had everything to do with it.
Yeah, you're right. Not that it did much good anyway. In fact, I'd say I achieved the exact opposite of impressing her, or anyone else for that matter.
My father always says, when you try to impress everybody, you usually end up impressing nobody.
Hey, actually, that's a really good point.
What point would that be?
Well, we've been killing ourselves trying to support Ralph because he'll give Sam a gig at his cafe. But has anyone asked Georg if he'd do the same? Why don't we try to butter him up a bit?
He is president of the local dog fanciers association.
Sorry, the relevance of that escapes me.
You could visit his cafe with your dog.
Great idea, Marcus. Except I don't have a dog.
But we know someone who does.
While I'd been racking my brains to come up with a plan B, little did I know that Ben was also on the case. Somehow, he'd extracted Lily's mum's dog from the boarding kennels, and together, he and Schnitzel went into attack mode. Hopefully, they'll both survive the experience.
Morning, Mr. Happel. We didn't actually get a chance to meet yesterday. Acting Baron Ben Hazelton.
Of course. Please, call me Georg.
And this is Schnitzel.
And what a good-looking fella he is. Please take a seat. I found you a menu.
Hey, come
in for a closing down special. All breakfast half price.
Ah, what to have? So many delicious choices, Gail. Hey, Mia.
Ben? Morning, Uncle Georg.
I was just out on my regular morning walk with Schnitzel when I realised I was a bit peckish. I think I'll have your famous fish stew, thanks.
For breakfast?
Yeah, of course. In Australia, we love nothing more than to start the day with a big bowl of fish stew.
A country after my own heart.
Oh, Gab, before you go back in, there's something I want to give you. It's a CD of my sister's music. See, the thing is, she and a friend were hoping to perform at Ralph's cafe.
Clearly, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, so it seems. But whatever dispute you have with Ralph, it seems a shame to deny artists a chance to perform in the village.
I've been telling Uncle Georg for ages he should have musicians in his cafe.
Great idea. And as president of the Dog Fanciers Association, you obviously care about village culture.
Yes, but...
How dare you! It's not enough you have me closed down. Now you rub salt in my wounds as well?
What are you talking about?
You left these outside my cafe last night.
I did no such thing. Get that garbage out of here.
You can't fool me, Georg. I know your dirty little tricks, Georg.
This time, you have gone too far.
So much for my efforts promoting peace and harmony in this town.
Better. Great idea putting that chorus at the start.
Thanks. It will get better too once I feed in some bass loops.
So, I was thinking last night, you know how you were saying you've performed lots of gigs around the place? Where did you play those gigs exactly?
Well, here and there. I didn't keep detailed records.
No, of course not. It's just that now Ralph's is closing, I thought you might have some ideas on alternative venues.
Okay, fine, I admit it.
Sorry?
I've never played a gig before, now you finally got it out of me. Happy? It's for sure. I'm sorry, Sam. I guess I just wanted to impress you.
It's really okay. And I was already impressed by your music. Honestly, you didn't have to do anything else.
I did try to play a gig once at school.
What happened?
A couple of guys in my class stuck chewing gum in my keyboard.
Schoolboys aren't famous for their musical appreciation.
And when I started playing, one of them even threw food scraps at me. Mostly orange peels. For a bully, he ate quite healthy food. After that, everybody in school called me Scraps.
I'm not laughing, really.
No, it's okay. It's kind of funny. But the idea of playing in front of an audience still gives me nightmares.
You should have just told me. I feel really mean for pushing you so hard.
I know. It was dumb. No excuse.
Come on, Schnitzel. It's not that far.
Ben?
Hey, bro. Hey, Schnitzel. What's going on?
Sorry, Sam. I tried my best.
To do what?
To get Georg to let you guys play at his cafe. Unfortunately, not even Schnitzel's sparkling personality could move in.
Oh, right. Hey, thanks for trying.
It was going great until Ralph showed up for round 2. And this time, someone put a pile of cat food outside his cafe.
What?
Do they know who?
Well, Ralph was blaming Georg, but Ralph's already closing down, so that doesn't make much sense.
So the same thing happened to both Ralph and Georg?
Yeah, which suggests that either they were both involved or neither of them were involved.
That's it.
What's it?
You might have failed with the diplomacy attempt, but I think you just nailed the identity of the cat food bandit.
Ah, good. Who is it?
I don't regret it at all. Both Georg and Ralph got exactly what they deserved.
They bullied you at school, didn't they?
I was always the fat girl growing up. Always. Do you know they called me Jumbo? Now they behave as if none of that ever happened. It never occurs to them how miserable they made me. They are despicable.
I totally agree that what those guys did was wrong. But it was a long time ago and they were just kids. Does it really justify forcing Ralph's cafe to close down?
Whatever happens, you're gonna rock today, okay? Hey, guys, hey, hello. Hey, have a good concert. Hello. Hi,
Do you mind if I join you?
I'd be devastated if you didn't.
Uh-oh.
You probably think everything's good to go. And you'd be right. Except for one slight hitch. Jules, are you in there?
I'll just be a second.
After all this, we're about to be foiled by stage fright. Time to be inspirational front woman. I know you're nervous, Jules. Believe me, I still get nervous before a gig. But once you start, you'll be fine. I promise.
Sam, that was a great speech, but I just had to fix my hair.
Oh, right. So you're not nervous then?
Of course I am. But if Gertrude can make the party, so can I.
Cool. Let's do this.
Everybody's looking for their true happiness. You will never find in material things when all we need to do is just come together and whoa, share the love, alright. Don't let anything get between us. Friendships open your heart inside. See the magic when we're together.
So the great Hasendorf cat food mystery was finally resolved. Peace, harmony, and Georg's fish stew all resumed their rightful places. As for playing detectives, from now on, yours truly will stick to just playing music. There's more than enough mysteries in that for this Sherlock to handle.